Welcome back to Consensus College Football Rankings. All year we have had an eye on how today's teams with today's records would fit into the 1991 college football season. Why 1991? That's before the CFP, the BCS, the Bowl Coalition, and the Bowl Alliance. That's before conferences of larger than 10 teams. That's before conference championship games, and it's back when ties were still part of the equation. So we've taken all of today's teams with today's records and projected where they would have been in the alignments and rules of that year. And now we have taken all of that and projected where all of those teams would have landed in the bowl season. And we present that to you today. December 14th would have seen the California Raisin Bowl with the Big West champion UNLV Rebels facing the Western Michigan Broncos of the MAC, the champions of that conference. On Christmas Day in the Aloha Bowl, we'd have the Washington Huskies of the Pac-10 against the WAC's Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. On the 28th in the Blockbuster Bowl, we would have had the ACC Clemson Tigers and the Nebraska Cornhuskers from the Big Eight. On December 29th in the Mazda Gator Bowl, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets from the ACC would play the number 15 Texas Longhorns of the Southwestern Conference. Also on the 29th in the Independence Bowl, the number 24 Penn State Nittany Lions, an independent, would play the Tennessee Volunteers of the SEC. And on the 29th in the Liberty Bowl, the Fighting Illini from the Big Ten would play an independent, the Louisville Cardinals. Moving on to December 30th in the Holiday Bowl, the number 11 BYU Cougars, the champions of the WAC, would play an independent, the number 21 Tulane Green Wave. In the Freedom Bowl, the San Diego State Aztecs of the WAC would play an independent, the number 21 Navy Midshipmen. On New Year's Eve, the John Hancock Bowl, formerly the Sun Bowl, would have the number 22 Iowa Hawkeyes of the Big Ten and the number 23 Missouri Tigers of the Big Eight. And the Copper Bowl in Tucson would have the number 24 Arizona Wildcats of the Pac-10 and the Iowa State Cyclones of the Big Eight playing each other. Moving on to the New Year's Day Bowls, we'd start off with the Peach Bowl in Atlanta with the number 13 Vanderbilt Commodores of the SEC playing the number 12 Miami Hurricanes of the Big East. The Hall of Fame Bowl in Tampa with the number 17 Michigan Wolverines of the Big Ten facing off against the number 14 Utah Utes of the WAC. In the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, ACC champion number 18 Virginia Cavaliers would play the number 16 USC Trojans of the Pac-10. In the Cotton Bowl Classic, the number 5 Texas Tech Red Raiders, the Southwest Conference champions, would play an independent, the number 6 Notre Dame Fighting Irish. In the Fiesta Bowl, the number 4 Georgia Bulldogs of the SEC would be playing the number 1 Ohio State Buckeyes, the Big Ten co-champions. In the Rose Bowl, the other Big Ten co-champion, the Indiana Hoosiers, at number 2, would be playing the Pac-10 champion, number 3 Oregon Ducks. In the Sugar Bowl, the number 6 Ole Miss Rebels, co-champions of the SEC, would be playing the number 8 Texas A&M Aggies of the Southwestern Conference. And then in the Orange Bowl, the number 10 Oklahoma Sooners, champions of the Big Eight, would be playing SEC co-champion number 9 Alabama Crimson Tide. In terms of the national championship picture, obviously Ohio State and Indiana would have the opportunity to finish their seasons undefeated. If both did so, probably Ohio State would win most of the first place votes and be named national champions. If one or the other loses, the other would be able to claim that national championship. But if both the Hoosiers and the Buckeyes were to lose, that would open the door for Oregon or Georgia or possibly even Texas Tech to claim a piece of the national championship based on how they do against Notre Dame. So that would be your national championship picture, and that would be your 1991 bowl projections based on today's teams with today's records. And this has been Consensus College Football Rankings.